The Louisiana Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, or BESE, is an elected agency of Louisiana state government. They're responsible for creating and implementing policies for the state's public schools. There's a crowded field running for a seat on BESE this year, and some say the state superintendent and many of the current failing policies and practices have to go. Veteran teacher Timmie Melancon has been retired for a few years, but she says an Easter Sunday conversation she had with her granddaughter, a first-year teacher, helped her decide she needed to get involved.
She told me some things about her classroom that I found disturbing, things that had changed in the 5 years that I was teaching, since I'd been teaching.
She says she started researching, and what she learned was even worse.
So I thought, there's a lot of things going on that I don't agree with, that I find incorrect, and so my mother always taught me, if you're going to see a wrong and you don't stand up and say something about it, then you're just as responsible for that wrong.
Melancon is taking on District 7 incumbent Holly Bofi of Youngsville and says one of the first things she plans to tackle if elected is testing.
There's way too much assessment going on. I've spoken to probably 9 administrators, 4 superintendents, who all agree that 6 weeks of testing a school year is extreme. I think that has taken a lot of the joy out of the classrooms.
Price Barrios, another longtime educator from St. Tammany Parish, has decided to throw her hat in the ring. Barrios, who after retirement continued to work with her local school board, is disappointed with many of the reforms implemented that she says simply aren't working.
Creativity is where education moves forward. There is nothing about our standardization regime that we have now and testing that stimulates curiosity or allows the room for children to ask those questions, to make mistakes.
Price Barrios says it's not the children that are failing, it's the policies and practices that have been adopted.
People will often say, oh, you want to go backwards. And my response to that is, if you're on the road and you take a wrong turn, sometimes you have to go back and find the right direction.
She says some things should be eliminated immediately, among them the high-stakes element of testing and standardized curriculums. And Price Barrios is among those who believe new leadership is needed at the top.
The first thing we need to do is advertise for a new superintendent who's actually qualified.
The call for the removal of John White is on the agenda of 2 of the 3 candidates running for BESE District 1, Price Barrios and former teacher and coach Marion Bonura of Metairie. James Garvey, an attorney also from Metairie, supports Superintendent White, who has been working on a month-to-month contract for more than 3 years.
All our reforms that we've tried, all the policies that John White and Mr. Garvey have put in have not worked. I believe that I can do a better job. I've been an educator most of my life, 50 years of coaching, 21 years in the classroom. My family's all educators. My 2 sons, my daughter, and myself, between the 4 of us, we have 90 years experience in education. And I look at Louisiana being ranked 48th in the last 12 years, and it's just time for a change.
Bonura says there's too much chaos in the current state curriculum.
Every year we change it. To be honest with you, we need consistency. If we would have started 12 years ago with a solid program, right now we would see the results. But hit and miss, chaos, changing the curriculum every 2 years or every year has caused us to be 48th in the nation.
Bonura also supports more early childhood education, and
we need to return education to the local level. One size fits all does not work. What happens in New Orleans does not happen in Shreveport. What happens in Lafayette does not happen in Alexandria. We all have a different culture, we all have different demographics, and we all know what our children need.
His opponent, who was first elected to BESE in 2007, James Garvey, disagrees with the candidates that say most of the policies they're using now should be scrapped. He says recent stats bear out improvements are being made.
30–40% improvements in some statistical areas, such as our ACT scores, our college enrollment rates of our seniors, 100% and up on some of our statistics like advanced placement, college credit achievement, career and tech certifications. and then some statistics in the 400, 500, and 600% on things like CLEP testing for college credit by our seniors.
Garvey says he's running to continue the steady improvement and growth in some areas that is getting national attention.
We've made these gains, and as I mentioned, there's efforts to dismantle them, and I would like to see them continue. They're heading in the right direction. We've seen improvements every single year in the past 6 years. There's no indication of it slowing down. We're ranked 45th. I don't think I've ever heard Louisiana ranked higher than 49th in something in education. We're now ranked 45th on AP college credit attainment. And that's another thing that I would like to protect, but not just protect. If we can get to 45th in 6 years, I think we can get into the 30s in another 4 or 6 years.
But his opponents disagree. They say Louisiana remains nearly dead last in every educational category, and change is necessary to improve outcomes in the state. On another note, there will be a BESE Candidates Forum at Capitol Elementary School here in Baton Rouge Tuesday night, October 1st from 5 to 6:30.